Hello everyone, Jeff from RespawnStudios.com back with episode 4 of Strongholds, and this is going to be the last easy difficulty map in Spec Ops Survival. This is Interchange, my least favorite map, like, ever. It's just all wide open. There's only one good place to hold, and it's this little garage. We're going to start at the start of wave 15 because, again, it's on easy difficulty, so it's really easy. The non-regular troop waves early on, wave 6 is just 2 helicopters and no other enemies. And wave 10 is just 1 juggernaut, and now this is wave 15, which is only 2 juggernauts. So again, it's just easy getting up to at least wave 15, which is for the achievement. So I'm going to assume that you've been able to watch our other videos, so you should have made it to 15 pretty easily. Just use the standard strategies. So I used a Predator to take out the first Juggernaut. And here, me and my partner, who's now Army, not Gino, because Gino is obsessed with the Old Republic right now. And Army had thrown a grenade, so after I killed the Juggernaut, I died to Army's grenade, so I'm forced to go buy another self-revive, so I was pissed off. So now, skipping ahead, this is going to be the start of wave 25. We do have some riot guys, which you probably see blinking white right where Respawn Jesse's running right now. So again, just trying to hold out the garage, have some riot guys prepared. You can supplement again with claymores around the trucks to the 3 sides that the enemies can come from, but it's not necessary. And there aren't really any good places for turrets, so there's no need to buy them here. Just trying to hold out in this garage as much as you can, make them come through the door or the one side, just so you can't be shot by many guys at once. So here, the riot guys were kind of in a bad position, just in the middle of the building, when it would have been better if they had set up near a doorway, but again, you can't control them. I mean, they'll like follow you to an extent if you run somewhere, but I wasn't about to run out to make them run out, because the enemies are doing a good bit of damage by this point and have some good armor. But there's only a couple enemies left, so I run out and start to just take them down. And I was also questioning whether or not to even use this video, because we only got to wave 29, and I wanted to make every one of these videos at least to wave 30. But because I won't have my regular survival mode partner for a while, and because I hate this map to death and probably won't want to do it again, we're just going to go with wave 29. But again, you only need to get to 15 on every map to get the achievement, so hopefully you can forgive me. So I'm using an AK, and because I'm now level 50, I'm able to buy a Type 95, so that's my secondary weapon, but I'm only using that if I need to. I prefer the rapid fire of the AK, especially to take out a bunch of regular enemies at once. And I think it just is better for juggernauts to an extent. And I also have a lot of money right now, so I'm using a Predator missile at the start of a regular wave. But there's also a Juggernaut in this wave, so I go for him first. Now I'm checking all the doors because I'm worried that explosive dogs are going to be getting in. Here's another Juggernaut, so I'm just shooting him. And there's a dog, so it's trying to back out of the way, not try and run toward the Juggernaut. Another good little strategy, if there's Juggernaut and he's coming inside of the garage, a good strategy if you need to get out of there is just run behind it, because then you could make him, since they walk so slow, go around that truck and that construction vehicle, or like the forklift back there. So you could get on one side of the truck and he has to slowly walk around, and then as he gets to one, you can run to the other, etc., etc. Wait for your health to go back up or for your partner to shoot him. So this was, I think, our longest round, because this stupid ride shield guy, Respawn Jesse, aka Army, was just taken down, and now he was taken down again, so he doesn't have a self-revive, so I already have to get to him to revive him. I thought we were going to fail now. I was pretty pissed. I love Army, but I don't think he's nearly as experienced as, well, obviously he's not nearly as experienced as Gino in survival mode, so we don't really have the teamwork down that me and Gino do just because we play together so much. So there, the riot shield guy who had previously lost his riot shield now had picked up another one, probably from one of my dead riot shield squad guys. So that was pissing me off too. So again, we had to escape the garage because this guy's deadly, and we would have both died. And Army doesn't have a self-revive. I'm trying to make sure I have mine in case of an emergency. So now here we spread out for a little bit to make sure that we could, one of us would have an angle, or we'd divide the enemies to be able to take out the regular class enemies, so we could then focus on the Juggernaut, one person on one side and one person on the other, so someone could keep shooting him in the back and not be worried about being shot. So there we had a nice little team shot going. We were able to take him out. You see how much money I'm up to now. Unfortunately, with how wide open this map is, you can't as easily keep running out and buying Predators as you could on other maps, which also makes this a little more frustrating for survival mode. So I try and buy ammo often between rounds as quickly as I can, just because it's so far away. I want to make sure I have enough ammo. And I resupply, getting more riot shield guys, and I get a Predator to have on hand. I still have my self-revive. I also suggest buying body armor, which is also in that grenade case. It goes away pretty fast, but it does help, especially in these later rounds where enemies do so much damage. It lets you take a few more shots, which could prove the difference. So I definitely suggest that if you have the money. It's $2,000 for that. And I'm also using the AK because, again, as I said, I like the rapid fire, and the Type 95 is the burst fire. It's the single burst, and there's like the second delay between shots. So I just like having the two different styles of guns and not having two of the same. An M16 and an AK might work too. It's just whatever your preference is. So I'm using my Predator now to take out the chopper to try and save some of my riot guys.
Predator missile ready for deployment.
I was going to go see if I could buy more, but I realized I had a Predator, so I can't even look at the box. But apparently the riot guy who's alive is still mine. So Army bought some and was calling him in. It's just something I guess I haven't really talked about too much, and just another great point of having riot shield guys. Not only can they survive and do some damage for you, probably their biggest asset is that they're able to divert fire. So people have to shoot them, or shoot them as much as they shoot you. So you have more options and more time while they're being taken out. Not everyone is shooting you; they have to shoot them too. So I suggest at this point not going out too far, but I think this area right here by this wall is a very good area, because you could just stand behind the wall, they could only see your head, you could peek out over it and just shoot guys, or just jump up and get an even more wide open angle to take out some guys and then easily drop back down. And even if you don't want to run into the building, you could drop back down behind the wall and lay down to let your health recover before you stand back up. Alright, so there's the last regular enemy, and now we're getting to our fateful wave 29. I really wanted to get to wave 30 in all these videos, but again, I just hate this map. And I'm working on so many other different kinds of videos right now that it's just, I don't know. I might eventually do another episode with this map if we get to like wave 40 or something, but we'll see. I think wave 29 is good enough for now. And I wanted to get this out there so we can get onto the normal mode maps. Talk about some different strategies. So now we have a bunch of regular guys and a chopper. I was telling Army to call in his Predator, which he didn't have, so neither of us had a Predator, so we were kind of screwed at the beginning. We basically have no Riot guys, and now I don't think we have any Riot guys, and no Predator missiles. Army was already forced to use his self-revive, I think, and now I'm in mine, but I keep being shot, so I'm about to lose it. But fortunately, I was able to kill a guy, which activates the self-revive anyway, and gets you back up, which is good. Otherwise, you probably would have failed right there. But unfortunately, right soon after I get back up, I'm taken down again, because I'm not able to get to Army. But